Do you ever feel like no matter how much work you put in, no matter how many hours you put in, no matter how many days that you put in some hard work, you still can't win? It does not pay off. And if you're feeling that way, trust me, I used to feel that way too. And you're not alone. There's millions of people across the country, across the landscape who feel the exact same way today. You do everything right. You work hard. You pay your bills on time. You try to build something for yourself, for your family, for those around you. But somehow, at the end of the day, the system is always ahead of you. The system always beats you. You're always, no matter what you try to do, no matter what you try to figure out, you're always behind. So listen, you're not alone. Again, I've been there. I've done that. I found a way to set myself free. We'll talk about this a little bit in the video. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. And let's go ahead and get into it. By the way, I've had a few students ask me about my book. Yes, I wrote a book not long ago. The book is called The Secrets of the Rich and Wealthy, the Ready, Set, Wealth book. And it's a short book. It's only about 50 pages. It's about my financial mindset. If you guys ever want to get a copy of it, it's only 25 bucks. Just put book in the comments. I'd be happy to get a copy out to you. Promise you it's going to change your life. This is pretty much my journey from being homeless in 2017 to where we are today. Let's see. First chapter. I'll just give the chapters really quickly. So just kind of give you heads up as to what's in the book. First chapter is paychecks are for losers. Yes, I mean that. Doesn't mean you're a loser if you have paychecks, but if it's the only source of income and you're going to stop right there, you're going to have a problem. Lesson 2, cycle of broke. Lesson 3, what is rich versus wealthy. Lesson 4, the cycle of wealth. Lesson 5, changing lanes, about shifting your mindset. That's probably the most important chapter. Lesson 6, the wealth triangle. I'll break that down. Lesson 7, your financial independence day. I've gotten to mine. Hopefully you can get to yours. Lesson 8, friendly money. Having money that likes to make friends. A little bit about investing. Lesson 9, how to play the new money game. Lesson 10, how to go ahead and get started. Just put the word book in the comments. Yes, I wrote this book. So I don't talk about it a lot, but yes, I am an author, right? So I have sold a good bit of copies of the book. I don't push it a whole lot, but you're welcome to get it. So let's go ahead and get into it. By the way, for all the students who enrolled this week into the Middleman business system, make sure, because one of the first things is make sure that you schedule your preliminary one-on-one with me. You should receive an email that's got the schedule link, and just choose the date and time that works best for you so we can go ahead and get your business set up and running. And so that's for everybody who has not scheduled. If you have scheduled, I've been getting multi-schedulers. So just do one, pick one date, one time, and leave some space for everyone else. There'll be times in the future we'll talk more, we'll meet more every step of the way, so don't worry about it. I'm going to be there for you. So, but congratulations to all of you. So let's go ahead and talk about it, because again, I used to feel the same way and I was burned out. So, but for those who are new to the channel, what's up? My name is Shon-Jhon, by the way. So most people know me as the Middleman CEO, which is fine. You can find me on all platforms, Middleman CEO. And basically, I teach people how to escape the 9-to-5 grind, build automated business systems from your phone that pays you without you working. So if you want to know what that looks like, what's a middleman business, how does it work, go to bookandmove.com. That's bookandmove.com. That's my site. That's one of my middleman businesses. It'll teach you, or you can walk through and just kind of get an idea of how your business would look if you were to choose to do this. And I didn't start with, money, connections, degrees. I started broke, frustrated, ready to quit the system. And a lot of you are in that position today where you're doing all the work you can. It's honorable. It's honest work. I commend you for it. But eventually at the end of the day, it's just not going to pay off. I know you don't want to hear that, but we live in a different day and age where jobs or paychecks cannot be the end, right? It cannot be your only way of escape. And we get tied to those things because we build our lives around these paychecks. And then if we lose our paycheck, we lose our lives, or our livelihood. That's a better word. But the truth is, the system was never built for you to win. Yes, I said it. It was not built for you to win. It was built for those who built the system to win. Right? Now, you can have an honest living or decent living and take care of yourself. Tons of people have done it. But if you want to excel, you cannot play by the system rules. But just think about it. You work 40 hours a week or more for a lot of people. You pay 30% in taxes. That's your income going out. Rent going up. Housing prices going up. Your paycheck, if you don't believe me, just look at your paycheck and your budget. It buys less and less each year. Well, that's going to continue to be the norm. Because if you notice, inflation is here, your paycheck still remains here. It has not kept up with inflation. That's why I don't like savings accounts. And really, by default, your paycheck has done this, and you might say it's the same amount. Well, you have to look at the buying power. The buying power has decreased. If inflation goes up, the buying power has to decrease by default. But that's when I realized, like, for me, I don't need to work harder in the system. I need to get outside of the system, because what you and I were taught, since we were children, is going to be, go to school, get good grades. If you do that, it's going to lead to you going to college. And if you go to college, you're going to get a degree. And if you get that degree, it's going to lead to something called a safe, secure job. And then when you get that safe, secure job, what you're supposed to do with it is work hard until you get a promotion or a raise. By the way, it's easier to get a pay rate that you start with than it is to get a pay raise. And it's easier to come into the job making more, just ask what you want. Ask for what you want, right? Than it is to, ask for a pay raise later. And then you were told to save money in the bank so you can buy a house. And then invest in a 401k for retirement. And then try to save more money so you can retire with the 401k. And listen, that system is broken. It's broken and it's choking you, okay? It's going to choke you out. And you have to understand that. So when I personally figured out when I figured out this 9 to 5 was not going to work, when I played by the rules and I had a savings account and I had a job that I thought was secure. It was one of my favorite jobs, was working in a casino as a blackjack dealer or as a table games dealer, from blackjack to craps to poker, called table dealers. And it's one of my favorite jobs. I had a great time doing it. I loved the job, right? I thought it was secure until I didn't have it anymore. And then I had a few thousand saved in the bank. And I thought that was going to take care of me and kind of band-aid the stretch where I was unemployed. Guess what I found out? Ain't guaranteed. So what happened was I could not find a good job that could take care of my bills the way this casino job was. And then it took me a while to even find that job. And by the end of the day, I ended up with 2 jobs just to try to make ends meet. And I had already gone through my savings. So that's what they don't tell you about savings. Sure, it could probably help you through an emergency, but when the money is gone, it's gone. It does not come back. So you can spend it for an emergency, but you don't know how long that emergency is going to last, right? You don't know how many jobs you're going to have to get. You don't know if the jobs you get are going to pay enough, right? To be able to take care of you or help you to live a decent life the way you want to live. And so all of a sudden you burn through your emergency money. Now what? You still don't have the job. And so that's why I'm a big believer in, instead of just holding money in the bank and waiting on an emergency, why not use some of the money now to try to create some cash flow? So when the emergency comes, you'll be okay, right? If I had known what I know now, I would have used some of the money to create cash flow. And then by the time the emergency came, whenever I didn't have the job, I would have just used cash flow from the asset. So, but for me, when I figured out that I could connect a customer and a service provider in what I do now, that changed my life. because I realized I didn't have to do the work. I didn't need tools. I didn't need trucks. I didn't need equipment. I didn't need any of that. I just needed a system that booked, deposit, dispatch. And that's what the students are learning now. But you got to break free from the system that you're in, because the paycheck system is broken. And no matter how many hours you put in, it does not guarantee you anything. I'd rather take a chance on myself. I'd rather bet on me than to bet on a system that's not guaranteed to take care. In fact, it's almost guaranteed to fail you, because for most people who are going into retirement in the next 5 to 10 years, they don't have any retirement. Well, 30, 40 years ago, this system said it would take care of them, but it hasn't. And those people are in for a rude awakening. How rude. Some of you are going to get that, right? So, but that was the struggle I had, is, playing by the rules, buying into the system, going to work, asking for a pay raise, asking for a promotion only to get passed over, not realizing that my paycheck was not my ticket to freedom. It was my ticket to struggle. It was my ticket to prison. And if one paycheck wasn't enough, you'd have to go get 2 paychecks. And that's the only way I knew how to make money. And for a lot of you, that's the only way you know how to make money, is to continue to compound paychecks. Get that paycheck, get that paycheck. And you never stop to realize, wait, if I lost my job within 30 days, I'd either be bankrupt or I'd be financially struggling. Well, wait a minute. How long have you been playing the paycheck game? 10, 15, 20 years. Well, if it was the right system, then how come 30 days later, if you lose your paycheck, you start from scratch? That doesn't sound like a working system to me. At all. At all. So when people say that the system is garbage, it is garbage. Especially now more than ever. It is trash. Bona fide. But to be honest with you, the problem isn't just the system. The bigger problem is you staying in it. That's the bigger problem. The system is not going to reward you. The system's not going to set you free. The system is not going to build generational wealth for you. How many people do you know? And a lot of people who have jobs are financially free through their jobs. Not many. How many are building generational wealth through their jobs? Not many. So that tells you you're in the wrong system, you're in the wrong lane, you need to get out. You need to write a book about this. So, but you can't fix a broken game. You honestly got to build, you got to build your own table, essentially. You cannot fix the broken system. It's not even your responsibility. But you can create your own table where you can thrive, not just survive, you can thrive at. You can keep working for someone else's freedom, or you can create your own. I just want to let you in on something you might not think about a lot. This helped me, so I'm sure to help you. Here's a thought that you should carry into each day. Life is short. Do you really want to spend your life punching that clock? Or would you prefer to spend the life that you have left doing the things that you actually enjoy doing? I know it's a trick question, huh? The answer is obviously the latter. You want to enjoy life? I want to enjoy life. Guess what I don't want to do? Punch a clock until I'm 65 and then live for the next 10, 20 years struggling after I put in all that work. Broken system. So what did I do about it? Well, this is what I did. You don't have to do what I did, but I'm just going to put it out there. This is what I did. Whenever I realized the system was broken, I knew I needed to create my own table. I knew punching that clock was not going to equal freedom. I knew as long as I had to rely on that paycheck, I was a prisoner to that company. I was then and I would always be. So, but I decided to take action into my own hands and build something that I could benefit from, that was outside of the system. The system is prison. It's the matrix. You got to get outside of the matrix system to be able to build something that you can benefit from. And so I built a complete done for you system that helps you launch automated businesses. So again, by the way, bookandmove.com is one of my middleman businesses. Go check it out. If you're like, okay, Shon, what is a middleman business? Go look at it. Go look at that website. You'll see exactly what a middleman business is. And what you won't see is a phone number. I don't want you to call me. I don't want the customers to call me. You won't see that. The system is fully automated. While I'm doing this video, the business works. In fact, I could go into my laptop now, real time, and I can go to the back end. If you guys know anything about websites, there's an admin sign in where you can see back end stuff. Go to my dashboard, which I'm doing right now. Says I have 30 total movers active, 29 booking in the past 48 hours. I make $150 per booking, so I'm not going to tell you the amount. You're welcome to do the math yourself. And let's see how many recent bookings I've had from customers today. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So 4 customers have booked with us today. I'm not going to call their names out. You don't know them anyway. But 4 customers have booked on my site today. Now, I haven't talked to these customers. I don't know who they are. They don't know me. They just go to the site. If you go to it, you'll see you can easily book and pay a deposit. That's how I get paid. That's how you would get paid. And so that's what, $600, a little less because Stripe takes out. But $600 so far today, and we're only halfway through the day. So, and by the way, this thing books 24/7. So, but $6 today. I'm sorry, six moves. 4 moves booked today, 150 each, $600. If we just get 2 more for the rest of the day, that's $900 a day. And let's see, I'm looking at the site. I'm sorry. I was just making sure all these bookings were already covered. So I get to see who's picked up the jobs, and I just want to make sure all the jobs were covered. Yep. All right, so they're all covered. All the jobs are gone. All this stuff is done without me. By the way, I do moving. You don't have to do it. You could do cleaning. You could run a middleman system for home cleaning, garage repair, hauling, junk removal, vehicle tinting, vehicle detail. It's so many. Roofing, pool repair, pest control, window cleaning, floors, carpets, cabinets. Did I say roofing? I think I did. Pressure washing. Anything that's a service where somebody's got to go out and do something. Plumbing, handyman work, electrician, right? Just added an electrician who's a burned out employee. By the way, this is not just for people who want to start a middleman business because they're burned out employees. I also teach business owners how to convert their business into a middleman business. Working with my guy here in the neighborhood, helping him to convert his business into a middleman business. But again, guys, this is a broken system. Think about how long you've been playing by the rules. Think about the game you've been playing. And then think about how has it worked out? See, mama ain't raised no fool. I know that all you have to do to determine if the thing is good or not or the investment or the return on the time, the energy, everything, the life that you put into this thing is the payoff. So what's the payoff? If you're not sure, that's not good. If you're paycheck to paycheck, that ain't good. If you're 1 month away, if you lose your job, you're a month away from struggling, not good. If you're 2 months, 3 months away from struggling, if you lose your job, it ain't good, right? So you don't want to be in a position where if you lose your paycheck, you potentially can lose everything. I don't want you to be in that position, right? I've been there. I've done it. I do not want to do it again. I hope you guys feel the same. You don't always have to learn the hard way. You can just learn from others who learn the hard way, like me. So, but with the middleman business model, we just connect customers to service providers, collect a deposit, repeat. That's it. Connect, collect, repeat. And by the way, if you choose the VIP, we set all that up for you. You don't have to do anything. When we give the business to you, it's ready to run hands-free without you. So if that's something you want to do, I'm going to put the information in the video description as well as first comment below. And there's also a payment plan. Also, time's running out. People have been asking about when the prices are going up very, very soon. We got a couple things we're going to add, and then prices are up. They'll never go down again. So if you want to get the price while it's down, get in that system and say, hey, I know this job system is failing me. It's never going to create freedom. Teach me how to build a middleman business. And we can do that for you. So, excuse me, you need to move quickly. So, again, guys, just to wrap, by the way, shout out to all the middleman business entrepreneurs who just got in. I know that the system that we're a part of right now is going to fail us. To go to work, get a job, save money in the bank, buy a house, save for retirement, invest in a 401k. That work for your parents and grandparents, it ain't going to work for you. And there's a bunch of reasons it's not going to work for you. So you need to find a better way. People are frustrated. You saw the thumbnail. People are frustrated about the system. And the system is good for some, bad for others. Because inflation is bad for you if you have to go out and buy the food or if you have to go out and buy the house. But inflation is good if you own the grocery store or you own the house. See how that works? So I always get a kick when they say that they're trying to get rid of inflation. Seriously. Inflation is making them richer than they've ever been in their lives. If you don't believe me, just go and find out. Do some research. So, all right, guys, I have to go. I got more meetings lined up with more students who are ready to build six-figure businesses from their phone. If that's you, click the link down below. Choose the training you want to get into. Choose how your business is set up and how you'd like to pay. I do have a couple of payment options, but that's not going to be around for long because just trust me, you need to go quickly. And let me know in the comments, guys, if the system is failing, if you believe in the system, or is it something you don't believe in. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Will the system continue to fail? Will the system get better? Is it a dead end? Is it lights out for the 9-to-5er? I happen to believe it is. But you guys, you get to tell me, Shon-Jhon, I'll be quiet, I'll listen. You get to tell me what you believe about the system. Will the system work? Will it fail you? Let me know in the comments. If you're a new subscriber, let me know in the comments. I'll shout you out. And for everyone, again, who's ready to get into that middleman business system, you need to move quickly. I coach the VIPs one-on-one. So I'm limited on how many I can take, and there's going to be a waiting list soon. So please, please, please move quickly and understand these jobs are not safe. They're not secure. And if that's true, and we know it is, then guess what that means about your paycheck? It's not safe, not secure. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Peace.